John is a mid-40s McDonald's worker living in a modest suburb with his wife Emily and their two children, Sarah and Michael. Emily is a dedicated teacher at a local elementary school. Together, they navigate the complexities of raising a family on a tight budget, balancing work and personal life, and facing the daily struggles that many working-class families encounter. This is their story. Every morning starts early for John. His alarm goes off at 5 a.m. and he quietly gets out of bed, careful not to wake Emily, who is still asleep. The house is still dark and the only sound is the faint hum of the refrigerator and the soft ticking of the kitchen clock. John takes a quick shower, the warm water helping to shake off the remnants of sleep. He dresses in his McDonald's uniform, a red polo shirt with the iconic golden arches and black pants, and heads to the kitchen to make a simple breakfast, coffee and toast. John always packs a lunch, usually a sandwich and an apple. Eating out every day just isn't an option with their budget. Every dollar counts when you're raising a family on a tight income. As he sips his coffee, he checks the time and thinks about the day ahead. The morning shift at McDonald's is always hectic, with people rushing to get their coffee and breakfast before heading to work. John arrives at McDonald's just before 6 a.m., greeting his co-workers with a tired but friendly smile. He's been working here for over 10 years. It's not glamorous, but it pays the bills. The morning rush starts almost immediately. John takes orders, prepares food, and interacts with customers. Some are friendly, others impatient, but he treats everyone with the same calm demeanor. Dealing with customers can be challenging, but John has developed a thick skin over the years. He keeps a smile on his face, even when he's having a rough day. During his break, John looks at his paycheck. He makes about $12 an hour, which translates to roughly $24,000 a year before taxes. After taxes, insurance, and other deductions, it's a lot less. Emily's teaching job helps, but with the cost of living, it's always a struggle to make ends meet. They have to budget carefully to ensure they can cover all their expenses, from rent and utilities to groceries and school supplies. John's lunch break is short and usually spent alone in the break room. He eats his packed sandwich and thinks about what he could be doing if he had gone to college or pursued a different career. But these thoughts are fleeting. He knows he has to focus on the present and do his best to provide for his family. After his shift ends, John heads home. The afternoon is quieter, with fewer customers and a slower pace. This is when he catches his breath and mentally prepares for the rest of the day. He often thinks about his family during these quiet moments. Emily, who works just as hard as he does, if not harder. Sarah, their 12-year-old daughter, who loves reading and dreams of becoming a writer. Michael, their 10-year-old son, who is passionate about sports and wants to be a professional soccer player. They have their dreams, and John wants to support them as best as he can. Returning home is the highlight of John's day. Emily and the kids are his anchor. They live in a modest house, but it's filled with love. Every evening they have dinner together. It's a rule in their house to disconnect from work and spend quality time as a family. Dinner time is when they catch up on each other's day. Emily talks about her students, Sarah shares her latest book, and Michael gives a play-by-play of his soccer practice. These moments are precious, and they remind John why he works so hard. After dinner, it's homework time. John and Emily divide and conquer. Emily helps Sarah with her school project, while John helps Michael with his math homework. Education is important to them, and they want to give their kids the best chance to succeed. It's tough, but they manage. They encourage their kids to do their best and support them in any way they can. In the evenings, John and Emily also prepare for the next day. They pack lunches, set out clothes, and tidy up the house. It's a busy time, but it's their routine and they make it work. Late at night, when everyone else is asleep, John sits alone in the living room, reflecting on the day. He thinks about their future, the dreams he had, the sacrifices they've made, and the hopes he has for his kids. Life isn't easy, but they keep going, one day at a time. John faces many challenges and struggles in his daily life. The long hours and low pay at McDonald's make it difficult to save money or plan for the future. The cost of living continues to rise, but their incomes remain stagnant. They have to budget carefully and prioritize their spending. There are times when unexpected expenses like car repairs or medical bills put a strain on their finances. They have to make tough decisions and sacrifices to make ends meet. Emily's job as a teacher also comes with its own set of challenges. She works long hours, grading papers and preparing lessons at home after school. The pay isn't great, and the pressure to meet educational standards and support her students can be overwhelming, but she loves her job and is passionate about making a difference in her students' lives. She often brings home stories of her students' struggles and successes, and they discuss ways to help and support them. The kids have their own challenges as well. Sarah and Michael are both bright and ambitious, but they sometimes struggle with the pressures of school and extracurricular activities. They want to do well and make their parents proud, but it can be stressful. John and Emily do their best to support them and encourage a healthy balance between school, activities, and downtime. John and Emily's combined income is around $50,000 a year, which isn't much for a family of four. Rent, utilities, groceries, school supplies, and other expenses add up quickly. They have to budget carefully to ensure they can cover all their necessities and save for any unexpected expenses. Rent is their biggest expense, taking up about 30% of their income. They live in a modest house, but it's comfortable and in a good neighborhood. Utilities, including electricity, water, and internet, take up another 10%. Groceries are a significant expense as well, especially with two growing kids. They spend about 15% of their income on food. Transportation costs, including gas and car maintenance, take up another 10%. They try to save a portion of their income, about 10%, for emergencies and future expenses. The remaining 25% is spent on other necessities, including school supplies, clothing, healthcare, and occasional family outings. They have to be frugal and make smart choices to ensure they can cover all their expenses. John has many stories that reflect the challenges and joys of his daily life. One such story is about a particularly difficult day at work. It was a busy morning and the restaurant was packed with customers. John was working the drive-thru, taking orders and preparing food as quickly as he could. A customer became impatient and started yelling at him for taking too long. John remained calm and apologized, even though it wasn't his fault. He finished the order and moved on to the next customer, keeping a smile on his face despite the stress. Later that day, a regular customer recognized John's efforts and thanked him for his hard work. It was a small gesture, but it meant a lot to John. It reminded him that there are kind people who appreciate his work. Another story is about a special family outing. Despite their tight budget, John and Emily try to plan occasional outings to create lasting memories for their kids. One weekend, they decided to take a day trip to a nearby state park. They packed a picnic lunch and spent the day hiking and exploring nature. It was a simple outing, but it was filled with laughter and joy. Sarah and Michael loved every moment, and John and Emily cherished the time spent together as a family. These moments are what keep them going, even when times are tough. Despite the challenges, John and Emily have hopes and dreams for their future and their kids. They want Sarah and Michael to have opportunities they didn't have. They encourage their kids to pursue their passions and work hard to achieve their goals. They dream of a future where their kids can go to college, find fulfilling careers, and live comfortable lives. For themselves, John and Emily hope to eventually own a home and have financial stability. They dream of being able to take family vacations, save for retirement, and enjoy life without the constant worry of making ends meet. They know it will take time and effort, but they believe in working hard and staying hopeful. John and Emily are also grateful for the support of their community. They have friends and neighbors who understand their struggles and offer support when needed. Their church community is a source of strength and encouragement. They attend services regularly and participate in community events. The sense of belonging and support helps them navigate the challenges of daily life. John's story is a testament to the resilience and strength of everyday workers. While the struggles are real, so is the love and dedication that keeps them moving forward. John and Emily face many challenges, but they continue to find joy in their family and support in their community.